trip to California in a couple weeks, and I just wanted to make a video on the items that I'm going to be taking with me. So I'm going to be taking my 2020 Lowrider S, and let me show you what I've packed so far. So basically I got the 2 saddlebags fully stuffed and this Sissy bar bag. In the Sissy bar bag, I got a towel, I got an electric pump, and you might be thinking because you know, my Lowrider S doesn't have a 12-volt cigarette lighter. Well, I also have this little power pack that I got at Harbor a while back, and it has an adapter on there where I could plug this into. So that's why I got that. And then I also got, let's see here, tire patch kit. That's pretty cheap. I got my gun case with the little lock on there for when I go into California. Let's see here. Oh, I got all my clothes. And then I got my rain suit. I doubt that it's gonna rain, but you know, better safe than sorry. And I got this at Cycle Gears, like 50 some bucks. Okay, and then in this front pocket of the Sissy bar bag, I got my Air Hawk for my bike. Because even though the saddleman seat on my bike is pretty comfy, you know, it's a long trip, and Air Hawk is highly recommended. Just some random like GoPro batteries and some extra tools, some pliers, a screwdriver. When we get to the saddlebags, I'll actually show you. I do have a tool roll with specific tools for my bike, but this is just some extra ones. Okay, let's check out the saddlebags. Now this saddlebag, let's see what we got in this one. This is my dad. He left this here when he visited me, and bring that to him, back to him. Got an extra visor for my helmet. This is the clear one. The smoked one's on there right now. A hat, sunblock, roll of duct tape, some ammunition, some tie downs. Got my manual, extra quart of oil, little X-Acto knife, and this is what I was talking about, my tool roll. My parents got me this for Christmas. It's specifically for Harley Davidson, so shouldn't have any issues. Let's see. I'll show you everything that it's got. Let's bring this in so you can see it. Got some wrenches, some top pliers, tire gauge, some zip ties, some Allen wrenches, and these are the special star ones that are on Harley. Screwdriver, I'm sure, yeah. This thing twists around. Got a little bit of Loctite and a tiny ass ratchet and some sockets. And this I got from AutoZone. I doubt I'm gonna need that, but why not? A little gapper for my spark plugs. And let's see, what else do I got in this bag? And just towels. And that's all that's gonna be in this bag. Camera back. Now let's take a look at this bag. In this bag, I got everything in one of these. Let me show you. One of these, let me see if I can get it out. Make it easier. Oh, I probably can't because I got this gas can in here. But in this bag, basically, I got my extra gas can. It holds about 1.3 gallons. My drone and my sandals. And that's basically everything I'm going to be taking. There are like a few things that I'm going to grab before I leave, like my toothbrush and stuff like that. I'll show you how my bike is going to be set up as well. So nothing really to show here, just this is how my bike is gonna be, just standard Memphis shades fairing. I believe that's a 15-inch smoked windshield. I got this just the standard mid forwards that it comes with. Obviously I'm gonna put my bags here. I'm gonna put my Sissy bar bag here. Put the Airhawk there, and then, oh, let's see in here. I imagine, yeah, I'm just gonna leave this empty until I leave, because when I do depart, I'm gonna want to empty my pockets, and just put everything up there, so I'm not having to sit on a wallet or anything for the ride. All right, I wasn't gonna add this onto the video, but I figured might as well, since the last packing video was pretty short. All I'm gonna do now is change the oil. So step one is to take it for a short ride. I just rode it for about 10-15 minutes and then stopped for gas. Filled up my can as well. And then next, we're gonna jack it up and then drain the oil filter. Well, but before we drain the oil, we gotta take out the dipstick. You know what I mean? So the air can flow freely. So all the oil will drain out of it. I'll show you after I jack it up. Jack this up real quick. But before I do, take this can out. You have one of these Harbor Freight jacks, it's important to put this this bar through and then depress it, because you don't want all the weight on the hydraulic system. If that hydraulic system fails, the bike's gonna topple. Okay, so first thing you want to do, as I said, remove this. Let me grab a towel so I can set this on. You're gonna remove this dipstick. Now, get yourself a drain pan. And let me just show you what nut exactly we're gonna be removing to drain this oil. So on the soft tail, let me grab a light. On the soft tail Lowrider S, I don't know about all soft tails, but the Lowrider S, it's that nut right there, but in the very back of the oil pan. So it just sticks out like horizontally. make sure you drain the correct one. Crack it loose. It won't come out, it won't start dripping oil immediately. Just get it loose, and then what I like to do is just spin the socket with my finger for a bit. And then when I know I can just spin it up freely with my fingers, ooh, that's hot. I'm gonna get a glove. And just take it out the rest of the way with my fingers. Be careful, because as you can see, when it's draining, it's gonna the oil's just gonna shoot back. So, just gonna let that drain for a good 10-15 minutes, and then we'll come back out here and do the oil filter. Okay, and then you see this little O-ring seal. This is the oil drain nut. This little seal on here, you could probably reuse it, but it's super cheap. I just bought a new one at Harley. Might as well replace it. Okay, so it looks like it's dripping a little bit still, but I think that's good enough. So we'll just take this old O-ring off of this drain plug, put the new one on there, and put the nut back in place just so we don't forget. And then after that we'll move to the oil filter. But yeah, another thing to note about this drain plug is it has a magnetic top, so you kind of want to see if there's any metal shavings. And I believe this is like 20 foot-pounds. I'm not gonna get out my torque wrench for this. I'm just gonna get it nice and snug, but not too snug that you crack the case. So first do it by hand, and then tighten it with a wrench. You don't want to cross thread it. And these Softails, well, at least this Lowrider S, it takes quite a bit of oil compared to like my last bike, my last Dyna. Okay, so now we'll sort that out actually. Move this pan up. And we're going to take out the oil filter. Okay, and then you don't absolutely need this. I've seen people do it with a belt or brute force. But I use this oil filter wrench. Works really good. It's from Harley. And it's got this special little cutout that these Harley Davidson oil filters need. Stick that on there and turn it a little. Alright. Now that it's loose, the rest of the way by hand. And you know what? Put a towel under here just in case. So what I like to do, I'm just gonna stick it like that in between there. I know people say that they like to cover the entire thing while they turn it, but I just like to stick it in there because, I mean, you're gonna get spillage regardless, and all that's doing in my mind is just gonna make it harder to grab it. So whatever. That's how I do it. Now, as soon as you pull this off, I mean, there is oil in there, so I gotta be wary that I don't splash oil everywhere. But I'm gonna pull it off, and then I'm just gonna set it in there gently. turning back now. The oil is dripping. That's good enough. Check it out. I got pretty clean in there, I'd say. A little bit more in there. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, let's stick this new filter in there. Okay. Now the oil that you use really doesn't matter, as John Maxwell has said in a video I saw a long time ago. This is the oil I use only because it's convenient to me. Any V-twin oil is fine. I know John Maxwell said he uses the Harley Davidson one for the simple reason he works at Harley Davidson. I use this because Walmart is really near my house. But I've had bikes for years and I've used Mobil 1 without issue, so. Now, as far as the filter, you want to take some of your new oil. So I have this camera pointed down enough. Yeah. Alright, yeah, you want to take some of this new oil. Just get a little bit on your pinky. You just put it on the seal, just kind of helps it. It says to do it in the manual too, so you do want to do that. Now I don't even use the wrench on this part, I just get it as tight as I can with my hands. Let's put this oil in. So we're gonna drop in 4 of these guys.